riding the wings of Pegasus, an angel in the bay, formal attire required. All this coming up this week on Horses and Courses.
Good night, boys.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
And hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Quite a weekend, our first weekend of the fall or last weekend of the summer, whichever way you care to look at it. The stakes racing on Saturday and Sunday was just absolutely spectacular. We've got many, many races for you on the program this week, so let's start right in. We're trying to get as many of these good races in their entirety in for you that we possibly can. Down to Calder to start things off. We had 2-year-olds on Saturday, the Colts and the fillies. First, we'll show you the fillies, the Jack Smallwood Stakes, scheduled at 7.5 furlongs on the turf, but again, rains have made the turf course unusable. The distance now switched to 7/8 and run on the main track, which was listed as fast for both races. $50,000 in guaranteed purse money for both races. Here's the fillies in the Jack Smallwood. Phil Saltzman calls them home.
The half in 45-4. There's going to be a quarter of a mile left to go in the Jack Smallwood Stakes, and they've got Argos Appeal to catch. Leads by 2. Hal Perndeb after on the outside is second. At the rail, Ask for Stars third. Down the middle of the track, it's XL Princess coming on. Field moves past the 8th pole with the lead. Argos Appeal now in front by almost 2. Hal Perndeb is second, 4 lengths back. XL Princess is third. Deep stretch, it's Argos Appeal in front. Hal Perndeb is second, XL Princess third. It's Argos Appeal. She takes the first running of the Jack Smallwood Stakes.
All right, we've got Argos Appeal here, 1.5 to the good Pedro Rodriguez in the irons. First stakes try and a win is her second win in a row, trained by Jackie Breton, a World Appeal 2-year-old filly. Hal Perndeb was a second place finisher there, and XL Princess got the show money, 125 and 4, 7 furlongs on the main for Argos Appeal. The Foolish Pleasure Stakes, the boys' turn at 7/8 on the main, and again is Phil with the call.
The half, 46 seconds flat. Less than a quarter of a mile to go in the Foolish Pleasure Stakes. On the outside, Fortunate Halo has moved up to get the lead by a length. At the rail, Persuasion is second. Length and a half back, Danielle's Gray. Then to the outside, it's Kipski. Far outside, the Kaiser comes on from last. They move to the 16th pole. Fortunate Halo's getting late between horses. Danielle's Gray coming on. They come to the wire. Danielle's Gray is going to be up in time to take the Foolish Pleasure. The Kaiser comes on to get the place. Fortunate Halo saves the
Danielle's Gray, a neck. George Hosang in the irons, a line in the sand, 2-year-old line in the sand, of course, by Mr. Prospector. Was second twice, broke its maiden last time, and now is a stakes winner. The Kaiser finished in the place spot. Fortunate Halo gets the show money. Running time for Danielle's Gray, a little slower than the gal, 1:26 and 3. All right, from Miami, let's go up to Virginia, Colonial Downs on Saturday afternoon. The Safely Kept Stakes, 3-year-old fillies for $100,000. Here's Dave Rodman in Virginia with the call.
All set. And they're off in the Safely Kept Stakes. Weather Vane and Little Sister come out running for the lead. Earhart bursting through in between horses. Vegas Prospector on the outside, up close there in fourth. Requesting More settles in fifth. Dash of Salt races second last, and trailing the field is Brandy Rose. Into the far turn, Earhart is flying along at that usual good pace. Vegas Prospector chasing from second. Little Sister toward the rail in third. Weather Vane is now fourth, and it's 3 more lengths. Requesting More about 7 lengths from the front. Second last is Brandy Rose, and Dash of Salt is the trailer. Earhart leading the way, 3/8 of a mile to go. Vegas Prospector, Weather Vane on the outside. At the rail is Little Sister. 5-length gap. Requesting More is next, and Brandy Rose and Dash of Salt is last of all. They turn for home here at Colonial Downs. Weather Vane swoops up on the extreme outside. Weather Vane trying to make a run now. Vegas Prospector is in between. Earhart and the pink blinkers has had enough. 3/16 to go. Weather Vane trying to drift in, but Weather Vane going strong. Weather Vane to the last furlong, leading Vegas Prospector in second. Requesting More. Extreme outside is Brandy Rose. Down to the 16th pole, and it's Weather Vane and Mario Pino. North, south, east, west. She's the best. Weather Vane, look at this. Spectacular performance from Weather Vane.
Weather Vane by 3. Mario Pino in the irons for Mr. Delp, Richard Delp. This gal is much, much better sprinting. They've tried to stretch her out to mile 16th races. She is a pure sprinter. She wins for the 10th time in her career as she gets this 3-length score over Vegas Prospector, who won her last start. Requesting More, finishing in the 3rd position. Weather Vane sent off at 4-1, goes the 6 panels in 10-1. The Legendra Stakes on Sunday afternoon at Colonial, mile 16th, 50,000 added money. We've got fillies and mares post-win in this one. Again, Dave Rodman with the race call.
Now the tempo is going to quicken as they come to the 3/8 pole. Double stake on the outside, putting some heat on Julie's Brilliance. Power Play right behind them in the blue blinkers, racing in third. The Ruler's Sister stopped that broad as far back, not firing. They get to the top of the lane. Power Play, no option but to sweep up on the extreme outside. Now Power Play is going to try to kick on. Power Play indeed does take the lead, 1/4 of a mile out. Power Play's got the lead from Double Stake and Julie's Brilliance and the Ruler's Sister. Approaching the last furlong, Power Play and Prado aboard. And Power Play storms to the front by a length. Double Stakes in a try to run with her down to the line, but Power Play a little too much class, and Power Play will do it. Stylish win by a length and a half.
Well, Power Play, she was a little overmatched up here at Saratoga when they ran her in the Morris. She won the Delaware Handicap earlier on in the summer. Now they bring her back down to the Mid-Atlantic territories there, where she's a pretty hefty runner. Sent off at 2-5 and doesn't disappoint. Gets a length and a half score. Edgar Prado in the irons. Double Stake finished second. Julie's Brilliance gets the show money. Power Play, the Del Cap winner, winning another, goes to mile 16th in 1:43-2. And over to Delaware Park on Saturday afternoon, the Blue Hen Stakes was the featured race. 6 furlongs. We've got 2-year-old fillies going postward in this one. They're chasing a purse of $50,000 in guaranteed money. Here's John Curran with the call.
1/4 to go, Expensive Issue to the front. 4 more hearing on the inside, second. Mexicali Rose along the rail. Sooty Star looking to kick in, then comes Barracuda. As they head for home, half one in 46 flat. It's still Expensive Issue showing the way by 3 lengths. Sooty Star chasing in vain in second as Expensive Issue. Mark McCormick looks over his shoulder, finds no competition. Expensive Issue will win it by 4 lengths. Sooty Star second. Looks like Barracuda over formal hearing for show.
Expensive Issue by 4. As you see, she's all but eased up as they go under the wire there. Mark McCormick in the irons, sent off at 8-1. Nice $17.40 ticket. 2 wins out of her 3 lifetime starts for Expensive Issue. A Deerhound 2-year-old filly. Sooty Star was second. Barracuda gets the show money. Expensive Issue gets her 6 furlongs in 1:11-3. All right, from Delaware, let's go up to New Jersey to the Meadowlands for Saturday evening's $1 million Buick Pegasus Handicap, a quartet featuring Touch Gold, Frisk Me Now, Annette, and Barons. Let's take a look and listen to Dave Johnson give us the call of last Saturday evening's Buick Pegasus Handicap.
And they're off. Annette comes away flying between horses. Barron's on the inside. Frisk Me Now taken back just a step. And on the outside, Touch Gold is the trailer as they pass us for the first time. Annette roaring out there on the front end with Frisk Me Now inching up. And on the extreme outside, Touch Gold caught wide at the first turn as Barron's moves through along the inside rail. Just 2 lengths from front to back. It's Annette in command by 3 parts of a length. Barron's on the inside, and in the orange cap, that's Frisk Me Now right there. And Touch Gold with McCarran inches up on the outside. Now a length and a half separate the 4. Down the back stretch. Annette, as expected, has the lead by a head. Barron's moves to challenge on the inside. Bailey takes Barron's right up there. The battle on the front end has Barron's on the inside, Annette on the outside. Frisk Me Now just off the leaders in third. A length and a half back. Touch Gold is fourth. 46 seconds for the half as they go to the far turn. Barron's leads it ahead. Annette between horses. Frisk Me Now on the outside is racing third. A length and a quarter back. Touch Gold is the trailer. They're midway on the turn after 3 quarters in 1:09 and 4. Barron's now has the lead by 3 parts of a length. Annette on the outside is second. Frisk Me Now third, and Touch Gold remains in fourth with a lot of work to do. Top of the stretch in the Buick Pegasus. Barron's digs in, draws clear. Jerry Bailey aboard, asks for more, and he gets it. Coming into the final 16th of a mile, it's all the lightly raced, but winning Barron's as Barron's powers under the wire, taking the Buick Pegasus by 5.5.
Oh my, chalk one up for the Oklahoma training track here. Jimmy Bond has kept Barron's up here all summer now into the fall season. He had a brilliant work a week ago Monday, 6 furlongs and 15 and change. He wasn't afraid of Touch Gold and romps home by nearly 6 lengths, winning the $1 million Buick Pegasus. Jerry Bailey in the irons for trainer Jim Bond. Annette gets the second money. Frisk Me Now third, and Touch Gold. Chris McCarran completely bewildered at the performance of Touch Gold, finishing absolute fourth in the race. Chris described it as disinterested, whether the foot was bugging this colt or it was the lights. Chris didn't think it was the racetrack. He said the racetrack was in terrific shape. So maybe some physical problems have crept in, or maybe horses do this when they get under the lights for the first time, and maybe we'll see Touch Gold rebound from that out in Southern California as he's working his way toward the Breeders' Cup in November. But it looks like Barron's is heading in the right direction, was beating a Zop, of course, in the Travers, and now comes on and just trounces these 3 other very nice 3-year-olds. They had a pretty good resume going in here besides Touch Gold. Look what Annette has done in Frisk Me Now. Look what he's done this year. So the 3-year-old season, don't write it off yet, the Touch Gold or Silver Charm. There's a lot more racing to go as Barron's gets the job done. 1 tick off the track record of 1:46 and 3. Congratulations to the Rudlin stable and William Clifton and trainer Jimmy Bond and Jerry Bailey for a job well done getting the victory with Barron's. All right, from the Meadowlands, let's go up to Toronto on Saturday afternoon, a $500,000 race, the Woodbine Mile, flat mile on the grass for our older horses, featuring the #1 handicap horse in the country, Gentleman, trying a return to the turf. Let's take a look. Here's Dan Loisel with the call of the Woodbine Mile.
They're at the post. They're off in the Woodbine Mile. Jylin and Skybound away quickly from the outside. Gentleman is toward the hedge. Kidadashi also broke well, is coming on toward the inside now, and Kidadashi comes on and grabs the early lead. Gentleman right there at the hedge in second. Skybound is third, all firmed up as fourth. John the Magician a close fifth, just 3 lengths off the lead. Jylin is back in sixth now. Then we have even top in 7th, a break of 4 to Same Old Wish. To the outside of that one is Jerry. Helmsman is between runners, awaited guide to the outside, and Crown Attorney 22-3 for the opening quarter, and Walls front ends it with Kidadashi. Kidadashi by 2 lengths. Gentleman keeps him in his sights in second. On the outside, all firmed up is third. Skybound is fourth. They drill a half in 45-1. Kidadashi winging it on the front end. Gentleman is second. On the outside, all firmed up is third. Skybound keeping the leaders right there in fourth, just 3 lengths off the lead. Then there's a break of 3 to Jylin. John the Magician between horses. Helmsman on the far outside. It's Kidadashi as they turn for home. Stevens angles, Gentleman to the outside. Also closing is Skybound as they come to the 3/16 pole. Skybound on the far outside. Kidadashi at the rail. In between them, Gentleman's put to an all-out drive. Skybound and Gentleman at the 8th pole. And flying on the outside is Same Old Wish. He came from 14th in the Breeders' Cup Mile, and he is absolutely flying for Herd McCully. Same Old Wish from out of the clouds to win the Woodbine Mile.
Hey, the turf course was listed as good, but I don't think Gentleman was very comfortable at any point during the race running over it as he checks in 5th here. But Jerry certainly loved it for Billy Mott as he comes flying on the outside, gets the length and a half score with Chris Antley doing the race riding. Look who finishes second. Helmsman, the El Gran Senor runner whom they had written off after his performance out in California last time when he failed to finish the race and then had a terrible work coming in here. He's suddenly been rejuvenated for trainer Wally Delasse as he comes charging down the center of the track between horses to get second. Crown Attorney finishing in the show spot. Jerry second in the Caesars, 5th in the Arlington Million, and now wins the Woodbine Mile for Bill Mott, flying on the outside in the time of 1:36.1. All right, from Woodbine, let's skip over to Arlington and take a look at their race on Saturday afternoon, the William H. Bishop Handicap for Illinois State Breds. $50,000 the added purse. They're going 1:16 on the grass. Michael Rona gives us the call.
Up to the quarter pole, Bucks Boy 1 in front. Canyon Run now attempting to make a dash at the leader, but Bucks Boy has not spent a penny yet. As they turn for home, Bucks Boy now getting away by more than 2 to Canyon Run. Chrysalis House angling off the rail, going to 3rd, past the 8th pole, and Bucks Boy well clear, powering along by 2.5 lengths. Canyon Run second under the whip, trying to make some ground, but Bucks Boy has been given an easy time in front. He's been handed the Bishop on a silver platter.
A wire job here for Bucks Boy. 2-length Mark Guidry score here, sent off at 8-5, beating the 4-5 choice Canyon Run. Chrysalis House finishing in the 3rd spot. Bucks Boy goes the 1:16 in 1:43.3. All right, let's catch our breaths here for a moment or two, take our first break. When we come back, we've got action from Turfway, Remington, Louisiana Downs. Bay Meadows had a spectacular turf weekend. We'll take a look at those races for you. Fairplex meet continues. And of course, we've got the big Super Stakes weekend down at Belmont. Several great races coming up. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
There is a championship sporting event in New York in October. New York Showcase Day, Sunday, October 12th at Belmont Park. 7 races for registered New York breds with total purses of $1 million.
New York Showcase Day is New York's version of the Breeders' Cup.
You'll see top horses like 2-year-old Mellow Roll.
My colt that we paid $67,000 for is now giving us back over $160,000 in less than 4 months' time. So, that tells you right there what you can do with a New York bred.
Stalwart member won the General MacArthur Handicap, and he will return on New York Showcase Day.
Because it's fun. It's like any big day of racing in New York.
So be at Belmont Showcase Day, Sunday, October 12th. New York breds, they start with an advantage.
Okay, over to Turfway Park Saturday afternoon. The Marfa Handicap, a 6.5 furlong sprint for our older horses. The purse on the Marfa, $75,000 in guaranteed money. Mike Battaglia in the booth has the race call.
Receiver now gets the lead. Bet on Sunshine gains ground. Now second. Dutch Dalton third. They're in the final furlong. It's Receiver with Bet on Sunshine gaining ground. Bet on Sunshine gets the lead. Then Receiver. Bet on Sunshine wins at a length. Receiver second.
Bet on Sunshine at 6-5. You sure can. For a length score here, Francisco Torres in the irons. Receiver and Golden Oriental will be placing show runners in the Marfa. Bet on Sunshine goes the 6.5 panels in 1:16 and 1. Bossier City, Louisiana at the Louisiana Downs Racetrack on Saturday. We had the River Cities Breeders' Cup Stakes. Fillies and mares at $150,000 added purse on the lawn at a 1:16 distance. Is Chris Kudlak with the call.
Out of the turn, end of the stretch, Full as a Tick is just in front. My Only Lovely Lee right alongside in second. Now Full as a Tick, My Only Lovely Lee. Those two lead it by 2.5. Then comes Fraser. She's not going to get there. Allie's Question coming on too late. Full as a Tick leads it by 2. My Own Lovely Lee just can't get to her. The others are well out of it. Full as a Tick has 4 wins at the meet. She's trying to pick up her 5th and win the Grade 3 River Cities Breeders' Cup. She and Lonnie Mesh will do it.
Full as a Tick, 5 wins at Louisiana Downs, a horse for a course. Indeed, a length score sent off at 5-1. Lonnie Mesh in the irons aboard Full as a Tick. My Own Lovely Lee and Allie's Question, second and third. Full as a Tick goes the 1:16 in 1:40 and 4. The Princess Futurity was the feature in Bossier City Sunday afternoon. We've got 2-year-old fillies. They're 6.5 furlong distance for a $125,000 estimated pot. Again, here's Chris describing the race.
Out of the turn, end of the stretch, Came Unwound goes right up to the front. Taft Little Queen couldn't do anything else. She's back into second. Further back to Blue Jacket. Dee's Secret Code is 5 or 6 from the front. 16th pole, it's all Came Unwound. She's going to remain unbeaten at the 16th pole. Came Unwound and Tim Ducey just left them counting their change. Came Unwound wins it by 5 at the end.
Came Unwound. Yes, that's what happened to the rest of the field, as this gal just rolls by 6 lengths. Jim Gaston, the owner, part owner and trainer of his Crypto Clearance filly, now 5 for 5 lifetime. Dee's Secret Code and Blue Jacket, they're no match at all. They'll get the second and third monies. Came Unwound goes her 6.5 panels in 1:17 and 1. All right, over to Remington on Saturday afternoon. A grass race for you, the Edmond Handicap in Oklahoma. They're going a mile. The purse on the Edmond is $50,000 in guaranteed money. Here's Jim Byers giving us the call.
3/4, 1:10 and 2, and now Brush with Pride is up to stick ahead in front as they pass the furlong pole. Only Cash is a valiant second on the inside. War Machine is racing in third. They come to the finish of the Edmond, and it's Tim Ducey and Brush with Pride. He's going to take this one clear by 3.5.
Brush with Pride, sent off at 7-2. This is a sprinter stretching out a mile on the turf. Not a very difficult assignment at all. Tim Ducey over in Oklahoma on Saturday for the score. Came back to Louisiana as we just saw him winning with the filly on Sunday. Stakes winning double over the weekend for jockey Tim Ducey. Only Cash gets the second spot. War Machine, the even money favorite, saved the bridge jumpers there and gets the show. Brush with Pride goes the flat mile in 1:34 and 2. All right, now let's go out to Bay Meadows and take a look at their turf races Saturday and Sunday. The handicap, Bay Meadows handicap was Saturday's race. Mile and a furlong, $200,000 for guaranteed monies. These are for the older horses. Short field here, but a very nice couple of runners. Let's take a look. Here's Paul Allen giving us the call.
And they're racing. The quintet did not miss a beat out of the starting gate. Shericon, as expected, is showing early speed and clears off by a length early from Bowyer. Then it's El Angelo, Dreamer, and Via Lombardia. The quintet passes us for the first time, and Shericon and GF Almeida set the early pace. But the long shot Bowyer's going to join Shericon to the outside. It's Shericon by a neck with 6.5 furlongs to go. Bowyer is right outside of him, then it's El Angelo. He lets those two go off on the lead, and now Shericon forgets about Bowyer and opens up a length and a half. Dreamer is right next to his stablemate Via Lombardia. They head up the backstretch in the Bay Cap, and it's Shericon leading it by a length. Bowyer is in second. The early pace is reasonable. El Angelo lay third. Dreamer is to the outside of Via Lombardia. 5 runners separated by 5 lengths with a half mile to go. And Shericon opens up a 2-length advantage. Bowyer is being niggled at now in the middle stages. And El Angelo creeps up to his outside. Then it's Dreamer and Via Lombardia. 3/8 to go in the 65th running of the Bay Meadows Handicap. And Shericon's lead has been reduced to a length because El Angelo's on the move. And here comes El Angelo like a shot to the outside of Shericon. Dreamer is right behind El Angelo. Via Lombardia also is beginning to cut. Then it's Bowyer at the top of the lane. El Angelo takes a nice lead. And El Angelo and Alex Solis open up powerfully. Shericon is next. Then it's Dreamer. Via Lombardia is running on well. But El Angelo, the son of El Gran Senor, is in a class by himself. And El Angelo is the Bay Meadows Handicap champion. El Angelo wins it from Via Lombardia, then it's Dreamer.
El Angelo, an angel in the bay. Janine Sahardi sends up this El Gran Senor runner, and he just swoops by them all for a very nifty score. Sent off at 3-5 and ran like it. Janine's got this one ready for the Breeders' Cup, and of course, remember last year, Janine had some very good luck with an El Gran Senor runner on the dirt, Lead de Justice. So pretty nifty training these El Grans. Alex Solis in the irons. This guy was second in the Eddie Reed at Del Mar, won the American Derby before that at Hollywood, and now takes the Bay Meadows Handicap. Via Lombardia, not too shabby in his own right, always on the board in stakes company, gets second. Dreamer finishing in the 3rd spot. 1:45.2 is a new course record for the distance at Bay Meadows set by El Angelo. Okay, now Sunday afternoon, the Ascot Handicap for 3-year-olds was run at Bay Meadows. They're at 1 mile and a 16th on the turf course. The purse is $100,000 in guaranteed money. And again, Paul Allen describes the race for us.
Here they come, and Go joins Shellbacks. Brave Act is taken to the outside, and now he's beginning to fly. Shellbacks narrow lead, Go between them. Brave Act on the outside, then it's Ben's Ridge. They have 50 to go, and Brave Act is in a class by himself. And Brave Act draws away to win the Ascot Handicap. Go runs second from Shellbacks, then it's I'm a Jewel.
Brave Act sent off at 4-5 for Ron McAnally, and Sidney Craig gets the job done by 2 lengths. Gary Almeida in the irons. Go finishing in the 2nd spot. Shellbacks gets the show money. Brave Act was second in the Del Mar Derby behind the net. Now goes up to Bay Meadows and gets a win here, going the 1 mile and a 16th in 1 minute 42 seconds on the button. All right, to Southern California. We're in the middle of our Los Angeles County Fair meet at Fairplex Pomona. This past weekend, we've got the Derby Trial Stakes for you. For our 3-year-olds, 1 mile and a 16th, a couple of times around the bull ring there, $50,000 in guaranteed purse money. Trevor has the call of the Derby Trial.
They have a half mile to run, and Sambara slowed them down, now leads it by half a length. Winning Crusader cutting into that lead second. Princely Price at the rail. Then High Gun Rider. Cielo Slew is next, and Ponderosa Leader making ground in the blue colors. Ponderosa Leader now 5th and closing in 4th and going after those leaders. Then it's Magnificent Marks. Globetrotter ridden along's got to do better. He's got 8 to make up. They approaching the quarter pole, and Winning Crusader the leader. High Gun Rider second. Ponderosa Leader 3 lengths off the leaders in 3rd, and then it's Magnificent Marks. coming to the top of the lane, and High Gun Rider looking for an upset. High Gun Rider taking the lead. Winning Crusaders second, Ponderosa leader, and then Magnificent Marks. Homeward bound now, and High Gun Rider is still clear. Magnificent Marks coming with a late run on the outside. Ponderosa leader third. High Gun Rider and Magnificent Marks. Here's the wire. High Gun Rider held on. Magnificent.
High Gun Rider sent off at 18-1. Our first dinger of the week. Ding, $38.40. Half-length score on or near the lead all the way around for Jose Valdivia. Magnificent Marks was second. Pondero's leader finishing in the third spot. 144-2 for High Gun Rider. And look to see all of these right back again. A closing weekend in the Pomona Derby itself. Sunday afternoon, we had our older horses going posted in the CB Afflebar handicap at 1 mile and a 16th. $50,000 in guaranteed purse monies. Again, Trevor gives us the call.
No change as they run to the half-mile pole. Still, Alky Joe in front, a length and a half. Now Zany Reality comes off the rail, going to try to go around him. Just Call Me Bob is in third. Region in the gold colours is fourth at the rails, 3 lengths off them, and Pusar on his outside. The 5 runners are bunched. 3/8 of a mile to go, and Alky Joe continues to lead them. Zany Reality second. Just Call Me Bob on the outside. Region down at the rails, going to have to try to sprint home. Now he's 3.5 off them, and Pusar in the pink colours. They still bunched, 1/4 of a mile to go. Alky Joe going on gamely. Now Region starting to unwind, and here comes Region with a huge run at the rail. Region and Lafitte Pink Eye coming fast at the rail. Alky Joe's digging deep and finding more on the lead. On the outside, Just Call Me Bob. Homeward bound Alky Joe. Region can't get him. Just Call Me Bob and Pusar, but Alky Joe, and Alky Joe's gone on to win the CB Afflebar from Reason. Close for third, Just Call Me Bob or Pusar.
Alky Joe, Victor Espinosa in the irons, gets a 1.5 length score, sent off at 5-1. Sidney Craig and Bill Spar team up. Not a bad Sunday for the Craig family, winning up at Bay Meadows and down at Fairplex. Region was 4-5, and Lafitte made a nice move around the bull ring there up the inside, but couldn't get past Alky Joe and Espinosa. This guy's nothing more than a claimer all over California, up north, down south, everywhere, and just a claimer. And now a stakes winner is Alky Joe. Just Call Me Bob gets the photo for the show money. Alky Joe wins the Afflebar in 1:43.4. All right, let's take our second break here. When we come out the break, Super Stakes Weekend #1 down at Belmont Park. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
Capital District Off-Track Betting winds up the month of September with another out-of-state special event. On Sunday, September 28th will be the Grade 1 $500,000 guaranteed Super Derby 18 from Louisiana Downs. This 3-year-old contest at 1.25 miles will provide win play, show exact, and trifecta wagering. The race call with track announcer Chris Kudlak will be live to all regions, the OTB Television Network, WVKZ Radio, and televised to all simulcast branch locations. Don't miss Super Derby 18 Sunday, September 28th.
Every spring, a miracle happens on breeding farms across New York State. Yearlings join the ranks of thoroughbreds and standardbreds, hoping to be in the winner's circle. Last year, Capital OTB contributed over $16 million to racetracks and breeding funds. The racing industry generates thousands of jobs and puts millions of dollars back into the local economy. So when you see this, remember, during the past 25 years, Capital OTB has provided over $200 million to help keep horse racing alive in New York State.
All right, we'll start off Saturday Super Stakes weekend with the Jerome Handicap. 3-year-olds going the mile, $150,000 in guaranteed purse money. Tom's got the call.
And they're off. It was a stumbling start for Tejano Couture. There goes Smokin' Mel up and after the early lead, and Richter Scale down on the rail. Smokin' Mel short lead, Richter Scale right there with him in the early going. Then just in behind, it's Trafalgar toward the inside, and between horses, Wagon Limit. On the far outside, Ziti, Tejano Couture back running in 6th. On the far outside, Esteemed Friend 7th by 5. And Mr. Energizer is the trailer up the backstretch. Smokin' Mel continues to hold a narrow advantage over Richter Scale. Ziti right with them on the outside. The opening quarter went in 23 seconds flat. On the inside, Trafalgar runs along in fourth. Wagon Limit is fifth. Then Esteemed Friend Tejano Couture, 5 lengths to Mr. Energizer, was trailed throughout. Rounding the far turn, and Richter Scale has taken a short lead from Smokin' Mel. They ran a half in 46 2/5 seconds. It's Richter Scale in front, and he's strong on the lead. On the outside, Smokin' Mel now under a drive running in second. And Trafalgar just in behind the lead. He's looking for some running room as the field approaches the top of the stretch. Richter Scale in front, tightens it up on Trafalgar, who now switches to the outside. Smokin' Mel back running in third. Into the last furlong. Richter Scale is still under a hand ride. And he streaks past the 8th pole with the lead by 2. Trafalgar's full out, but they're coming to the final 16th. It's Richter Scale in front. Trafalgar, the others are well behind. Richter Scale in a sparkling effort today, wins by a length.
Well, Pat Burns said after the Met Mile, where Richter Scale checked in fourth and only beaten a length and a half, that the horse's next start would be at Belmont in the Jerome. Bingo! Trainer Burns hits the bullseye again. The horse trained very, very smartly during the August season at Saratoga, and now comes on to win the Jerome against 3-year-olds. Remember that Met Mile, of course. Older horses only beaten a length and a half. He's a nice one. Next start, they'll turn him back to 6 furlongs in the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Shane Sellers aboard for the ride. Trafalgar was second. Smokin' Mel was third in the Jerome. Richter Scale, the son of Habitoni, gets the mile in 1:35 and 4. Our fillies and mares are up next in the Ruffian Handicap. Mile and a 16th, $250,000, the guaranteed purse. Couple of 3-year-old gals, Royal Indy and Tommy Sue's Delight, tackling their older counterparts. Again, Tom has the call.
In the gate, and they're off. And Song of Africa comes out in stride and right on the lead. Clear Mandate on the outside, right there with her. In between those two, it's Shoop. The field moving up the back stretch now. Clear Mandate has taken a short lead. Song of Africa sticking right with her on the inside. Queen Tutta's right up close to the pace today. Tommy Sue's Delight is also up close to the early going. Down toward the inside, Royal Indy in a bit of traffic, now steadied, and between horses, Brush with the Law. 2 lengths back to Shoop. It's another 5 back to Call Account, and Mil Calates is the trailer. They're moving down the back stretch. The opening quarter, 24 seconds flat. Up top, it's Song of Africa with a short lead over Clear Mandate. Clear Mandate and Song of Africa going at it head-to-head, and a firing line in behind them. Royal Indy down inside, coming on through now from third. Shoop on the outside, fourth. Tommy Sue's Delight's now 5 lengths from the lead with a half mile to go. Queen Tutta's coming under a ride. Brush with the Laws tailed off 8 lengths from the front. Farther back, Mil Calates and Call Account as they round the far turn. The half in 47 and 1, 3 furlongs from the wire. Clear Mandate and Song of Africa head-to-head most of the way, and they will arrive at the top of the stretch together. It's 3 lengths back. Royal Indy running in third. Tommy Sue's Delight fourth. Shoop and Brush with the Law coming up the inside at the top of the stretch. Clear Mandate taking charge. Clear Mandate taking over and opening up on the field. Down inside, Song of Africa and Tommy Sue's Delight coming with her rally on the outside. She's moving late. Final 16th. Here comes Tommy Sue's Delight to collar Clear Mandate and take the lead. Tommy Sue's Delight will win. Clear Mandate second, and it's a photo for third between Royal Indy and Mil Calates.
Well, a 3-year-old indeed, Tommy Sue's Delight. Neil Howard, tired of seeing this horse finishing second and third in Grade 1 stakes such as the Kentucky Oaks, the CCA Oaks, the Alabama, the Mother Goose, says, I think we'll try some blinkers. Bingo! Does the trick. Tommy Sue's Delight gets a 2.5 length score. Didn't help that Bailey was on board either. Clear Mandate, who we saw run up here and win the Morris at Saratoga, gets a second, holding her good form. Mil Calates from Bobby Perez's barn, finishing in the show spot. But it is Tommy Sue's Delight finally getting her Grade 1 win. Goes the mile 16th in 1:44 and 2. And next up, the big one on Saturday, the $500,000 Woodward Handicap at 1 mile and a furlong. 5-horse field, but of course, all eyes were on the three amigos, as they're called. Will's Way, Skip Away, and Formal Gold. It was just a question of where the three would finish this time around. This is the 4th time that all three have met each other. Let's take a look as Tom describes the Woodward for us.
And they're off. It was a good beginning for Formal Gold. Skip Away off to a sharp start. Will's Way appeared to veer out soon at the beginning, and Mike Smith sends Pacific Fleet on his way to the lead. It's Pacific Fleet in front. Formal Gold on the outside, and Skip Away is right up with the pace. Those three moving down the backstretch and moving into a stiff wind as Will's Way drafts in behind them. Editor's note alongside him. And into the wind first quarter in 23-3. Moving down the backstretch, it is Skip Away down inside. Formal Gold on the outside. Pacific Fleet in between them. Will's Way laying just off the lead, drafting in behind horses, and Editor's note to his outside. Up the backstretch, and a chess game here for the lead between Skip Away and Formal Gold. They've alternated on the lead through a half in 47-1. Formal Gold takes over with a sudden burst of energy. And Formal Gold in the blink of an eye opens up by 2. Will's Way on the attack of the outside, and he has Skip Away pinned down on the rail. The other two, Editor's note and Pacific Fleet, well behind. Around the far turn, Formal Gold is driving on the lead. Will's Way trying to reel him in, and Skip Away has dropped 4 lengths from the lead. Formal Gold is opening up, and he is opening up impressively on Will's Way. He will turn for home in the Woodward with a 3-length lead. Will's Way is second, and now Shane Sellers is full out on Skip Away. They're coming past the final furlong marker. DeSormo all over Formal Gold, rousing him to the lead. He's clear by 3.5. Will's Way trying to hold off Skip Away for the runner-up spot today, but the laurels go to Formal Gold, who wins decisively by 5.
Well, Formal Gold is just running out of his shoes. We saw him scorch the track at Monmouth last out in the Eastland, and just continues on with an incredible burst as he runs away from Skip Away and Will's Way to a 5.5 decisive win in the Woodward, with DeSormo in the irons. Extremely impressed with the performance of Formal Gold. Skip Away, blazing works leading up to the race, but he just could not quicken with Formal Gold. Comes on again to pass Will's Way in the stretch, but there was a reason for that, I believe, to finish second. And Will's Way, who looked like he had second, then just really slowed down in the stretch, and uncharacteristically for a Jim Bond horse to do that, especially since Will's Way training up here at Oklahoma along with Barron's. Come to find out that Will's Way suffered a fractured left fore in the running of the race, reason why he most probably was passed in the stretch. It'll heal, but he is done for the year, unfortunately. Formal Gold, he's just revving up and can't wait to get out to Hollywood Park as he goes the mile and the furlong in 1:47.2. All right, now keep going right on to Sunday afternoon as Super Stakes weekend at Belmont continues with the Matron Stakes for our 2-year-old fillies. They're up to a mile in distance now, $150,000, the guaranteed purse. Again, Tom's got the call.
And they're off. Salty Perfume comes out running. There goes Soft Senorita on the far outside. And coming up the inside, here's Beautiful Pleasure. And in between horses, Stars Proud Penny is there, and so is Chazarise. So 5 of them doing battle early. Just in behind, Diamond on the Run runs along in 6th. Breck Drifter came away 7th. Ant and 8th. Tejano Melt is 9th. Let is running second to last. And the trailer is Cariel. And Beautiful Pleasure has made the lead, and she's done it rather easily. Beautiful Pleasure in front with 5 furlongs to go. She leads by 1.5 lengths from Salty Perfume. The opening quarter went in 22 4/5 seconds. Around the far turn, Beautiful Pleasure breezing along on the lead, but hard on her heels is Salty Perfume, second by 2.5. Stars Proud Penny running in third. Soft Senorita is fourth. Diamond on the run. Robbie Davis trying to coax her along. She's about 7 or 8 lengths from the lead. Brack Drifter on the outside is wide and running sixth. As the field comes to the top of the stretch, it is Beautiful Pleasure still in control here. Beautiful Pleasure heads for home with the lead. Salty Perfume takes aim as they head for home. Beautiful Pleasure and Bailey shakes her up, and she is responding here. Beautiful Pleasure opening up and doing it willingly. She's pulling away from Salty Perfume, leaving her reeling. On the inside, Cariel on the far outside is Diamond on the run, but it's all Beautiful Pleasure, and she looked good today. She strolls home to win the matron.
Wow, Beautiful Pleasure. Where has this gal come from? She gallops off convincingly by 5 lengths to Jerry Bailey, putting on a clinic over the weekend in New Jersey and New York, wins another race. John Ward and John Oxley team up with this 2-year-old daughter of Maudlin. 2 starts, broke her maiden, and now she's a stakes winner, and a major stakes winner at that. Diamond on the run was second. Cariel was third. 1:35 and 3 running time for Beautiful Pleasure, and she is in the matron on Sunday. All right, let's switch to the grass for our older horses in the Man o' War Stakes. Mile and 3 furlongs, $400,000, the guaranteed purse. Let's listen to Tom call this year's Man o' War.
They're in the gate, and they're off. Fahim on the far outside, down at the rail. It is Influent, and Honest Mirabilis is up close early. As they make their way toward the first turn, and it's Influent out where he wants to be. Assumes the lead immediately. Fahim right there, and Fahim tossing his head. He's a bit rank as they move into the clubhouse turn. Following in behind, Honest Mirabilis, and Fortitude is running fourth on the outside. River Bay gets a spot at the inside early, followed by Val's Prince. A break of 3 back to Flag Down and Sentimental Moi. Up Smile and late running Awad is the trailer. He's 10 lengths from the lead. The first quarter goes in 24 1/5 seconds. A sensible opening quarter. Influent in front, and Jerry Bailey has him in hand, trying to ration out his speed. He maintains a measured margin over Fahim, who's sitting back in second. The opening half mile in a nonchalant 49 1. It's Influent in front and moving easily while on the lead. Fahim running in second. Honest Mirabilis about 3 lengths from the lead midway down the backstretch. At the rail, it's River Bay running in fourth. In between horses, Fortitude. Val's Prince in the clear and on the outside. Flag Down and Sentimental Moi drafting in behind horses. The gray Up Smile. Awad is still 10 from the lead. Up front, it's Influent, the leader with the half mile to go. Fahim running in second. Influent has had it all his own way, and they're at the midway point on the turn, and Influent remains the leader by a length. Fahim now trying to get by him in earnest. Here comes Up Smile revving up on the outside. He's charging into third position. Honest Mirabilis called on for his run. River Bay down toward the inside. Flag Down in behind them. Awad is last at the top of the stretch. And Influent will come to the final furlong marker with the 3-length lead. Honest Mirabilis between horses. On the far outside, Val's Prince. Up Smile. River Bay toward the inside. Influent trying to do it all the way on the lead. It's Influent in front by 3.5. Val's Prince flying late, but Influent has won. Val's Prince was second.
Well, Influent, his road game is go to the front and play catch me if you can. In the Sword Dancer, Howie Tesha very, very dissatisfied with regular rider Jean-Luc Samin's performance aboard Influent, so they made the switch to Jerry Bailey for the Man o' War. The horse went to the front again, very leisurely fractions, 49 and change, and bingo, none of the closers could make up any ground. Influent was sent off at 9-5 and gets the 2-length score for Howie Tesha and Jerry Bailey, and a very sad story attached to the win of Influent. Owned in partnerships by Mike Becker and Richard Cumble. It seems earlier in the week before the race, owner Cumble had to undergo heart surgery down in Florida and passed away on the operating table. But before he did, having the presence of forethought in case anything went wrong, he signed over full ownership to his partner, Mike Becker here, and a very emotional scene in the stands and in the winner's circle as he was remembering his friend, his partner, confidant through many, many years. And Howie Tesher not even in attendance as he was down with the family in Florida for the sympathies toward Richard Cumble, a great racing fan and owner here of Influence. So a bittersweet victory in the Man o' War. Val's Prince was second. Awad, incredible, with no pace. Awad just does the best he possibly can. What a gallant 7-year-old. He's flying at the end and wins the photo for third. Influent goes the mile and 3/8, 2 minutes, 11 3/5 of a second. All right, 2-year-old colts now in the futurity at a mile, 150,000, the guaranteed purse. Again, Tom calls it for us.
And they're off. A tangled beginning for Devil's Pride and Red Strawberry. Jess M came out running from his far outside post, and there is Rodeo on the rail. Rodeo up to take the lead. Lil's Lad running second. Jess M on the outside third. Grand Slam fourth, and KO Punch fifth and on the inside. Then farther back, Swig runs along in sixth. Spicy Ward is seventh. In between horses, it's Tomorrow's Cat eighth. And the trailers, Devil's Pride and Red Strawberry. Up the back stretch, it's Rodeo, the leader. KO Punch trying to come through on his inside. The quarter goes in 22 2/5 seconds, and they're racing into the far turn. KO Punch confronting Rodeo as they move into the turn. Grand Slam just in behind right there. Grand Slam runs in third. On the outside, Lil's Lad is fourth. Spicy Ward running in fifth. He's only 3 lengths from the lead. Around the far turn, Rodeo is still has lost the lead now. It is now Grand Slam in front. Rodeo has dropped back. On the inside is KO Punch. They come to the top of the stretch. It's Grand Slam and KO Punch. Rodeo has faded to third. Farther back, Spicy Ward is running in fourth. Then Devil's Pride is making a bid in between horses. Lillian's Lad is on the outside, and they're at the top of the stretch. Grand Slam has the lead coming to the 8th pole. KO Punch down inside, second by 3. Farther back, Devil's Pride is third, followed by Lil's Lad fourth, and they're coming down to the finish, and it will be Grand Slam. Grand Slam going away by 5.5.
Well, Lucas finally wins one here and wins it in style. Grand Slam, the look of a runner here, runs off by 5.5 lengths. 2-year-old son of Gone West, doing it in style with Gary Stevens and on the wrong lead, no less, showing his greenness in the stretch. KO Punch, who we've seen throughout the season run well as a nice 2-year-old, fits the board again. Devil's Pride finishing in the show spot. Grand Slam, look for him out in California, goes the mile in the futurity in 1:35 3, ditto the same time as Beautiful Pleasure in the Matron earlier on Sunday afternoon. All right, that's Saturday and Sunday Stakes weekend. One more for you on Wednesday. Statebreds going postward. Filly and Mare Statebreds going postward in the Schenectady handicap. Now again, down to Belmont, here's Tom's call.
And they're off. 3-pack. 3-pack sent down her way to the lead and quickly scampers clear by 2. And then it's Your Gorgeous and Nikki Jean. 3 wide, Saratoga Capers. 4 wide, Ayers Rock. On the far outside, Popo Apu. Berkshire Shopper at the back. Into the far turn, it's 3-pack in front and a host of pursuers. Saratoga Capers now running second. Nikki Jean third. On the outside, Ayers Rock. Popo Apu's only 3 lengths from the lead. Down inside, Your Gorgeous, bottled up, nowhere to go. 5 lengths back, Berkshire Shopper wide and trailing. 3-pack zipped a quarter in 22-4. There's a firing line in behind her. You're Gorgeous looking for a way off the rail. Nikki Jean's in a bit tight. Saratoga capers. Ayers Rock, Popo Apu floated 5 wide. And the field comes off the turn. Still chasing 3-pack. 3-pack leads by 3 at the top of the stretch. You're Gorgeous full out second. Popo Apu third at the 8th pole. It's all 3-pack. 3-pack opening up by 5. Then Popo Apu and You're Gorgeous 3-pack at 33-1 wins.
Hey, Julio Espinoza puts 3-pack right to the front out the gate, and she never looks back, winning off by 5 Wednesday. Ding! $69.50 for 3-pack. Just a state-bred claimer. And here she is winning the Schenectady. Popo Apu gets the place spot. You're Gorgeous finishing in the show position. Ramon Hernandez tightens the girth on 3-pack as she goes the 6 furlongs in 1 minute 11 seconds flat. Okay, that takes care of all of the replay action right through Wednesday of this week, again down at Belmont. Now let's get into our note department and update you on some of the casualties coming out of our Super Stakes weekend. We told you, of course, about Will's Way suffering a condyle fracture. It seems that Dr. Reed's clinic across the street from Belmont Park looked like a MASH unit on Monday, with Will's Way going over there to have undergoing a 16-minute procedure to have a screw inserted in the fracture, with Dr. Reed and Dr. Mike Galvin helping perform that one. Then they brought in K.O. Punch. He had a condyle fracture. Larry Bramlage was in on that operation. And we also had Rodeo, or Rodeo, whichever pronunciation you prefer, having a chip removed, also at Dr. Reed's hospital. So quite a little bit of fallout from those races, and not to mention Gentleman, who was scoped after his performance up at Woodbine and was found to have had an ulcer in his epiglottis. So his status is kind of dicey now, although he has time enough to recover and get ready for the Breeders' Cup, although I don't know if they want to go into the Breeders' Cup after a performance that he put in up at Woodbine. So a little bit of fallout from the big races over the weekend. Now we have another, what you would have to consider a Breeders' Cup prep race this weekend down at Louisiana Downs. It is Super Derby 18 weekend down there, and this race has come up very, very interesting, to say the least, with the likes of Alabama Derby and Albany Handicap and New York Derby winner Mr. Grouch trying to get his 4th in a row and 2nd in a row in Bossier City. He was planed out from Saratoga on Friday, same procedure as they did going down there when they won the Alabama Derby. Joining him will be our Travers winner, Deputy Commander. We've got Precocity, Blazing Sword, scheduled to compete. Awesome Again, scheduled to go in the race. And Freehouse, also scheduled to make an appearance. So very good race is the Super Derby down at Louisiana Downs. It'll be an OTB out-of-state race, absolutely, positively guaranteed this week. We've got 5:25 as the post time available in all of our simulcast facilities, Win Play Show, Exacta, and Trifecta wagering. And if Finger Lakes and Belmont have completed their cards, we will be able to in-home this race to you. That's the way the statute stands, as you well know. Now, besides the Super Derby, they have several other nice surrounding stakes down at Louisiana Downs over the weekend, among them the Marie de Bartolo Oaks and Louisiana Downs Handicap. Other races we'll be looking at on the program next week. Pomona at Fairplex closes out its 3-week run with the Pomona Derby and the Pomona Handicap. That's the Ralph M. Hines Invitational. And they also have the Governor's Cup Handicap to go along with that. Down at Belmont, the Vosburg Handicap. Tail of the Cap, he didn't want any part of the cast in the Pegasus, so he's going in the Vosburg. He looks like 1-10 to win that race. We've also got the Arlington Washington Lassie out at Arlington, the Turfway Championship Handicap at Turfway Dover Stakes down at Delaware Park, and the Damascus at Colonial Downs, along with the Bald Eagle Breeders' Cup. Nice races in Virginia. The other Belmont race over the weekend, 3-year-olds in the Lawrence Realization. So that, and the William P. Kine at Bay Meadows, and the Joe Gottstein Futurity out at Emerald Downs in Washington. Yeah, that covers the lineup pretty thoroughly for this coming weekend. So that does put a cap on things for this week. Quite an interesting week. So as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfsheeder here. So long, everybody. We'll see you at the Super Derby.